Well, that's not good lighting. We got some more rain. I think I haven't told you that. You know, runs together. All the rains we've been getting, it just runs together. But we got it. I think I maybe showed you 1.5 to 2 inches kind of everywhere. And so that's good. The cotton is really growing. I'm afraid it's getting bushy, which is not what I want. But maybe it's keeping those bulls on and growing them. So I hope that's the case. But today it's been a week or so since that rain, and so I'm gonna spray. I don't think it's been delivered yet. No, I'm hoping I get another tote of Roundup delivered today so I can keep spraying. But I got enough for 2 fillings, I think, over there still. So I'm gonna go to Old Glory and get the wheat ground sprayed, and whatever's left spraying probably in the perimeter of the cotton, because that cotton is it's at least weedy on the ends. So we'll figure out if it's weedy throughout the field, but. It's rain is great. It just brings weeds. So Dad and I have been working on continue work on the cotton stripper. We got it turned around, and we've been working on this bracket here. So this is all put together. We got this all buttoned up, and this is just temporary. So we're working on this bracket right here to here, just like my dad's over here. So he built this, and so I copied these angles as best I could. He's using these weights. They look a little bit different than tractor weights, and he's got, what do we decide? 6 80-pound ones, so 480 pounds. And so we're going to try to get a little bit more on mine because I've got an extra row unit. It's a little bit more off balance. So we're going to use these old tractor weights. These are about 100 pounds a piece. We can for sure get 5. We think we can get 6. So between 500 and 600 pounds is what we hope to get on there. And so it's been a lot of fabricating. Dad is really good at all that stuff. He's a really good welder. And I haven't had to buy much material because Dad's had most of this stuff. Slowly I'll use up all his spares and I'll have to buy my own. But here's the contraption. If I don't get my Roundup tote, maybe I'll put it on, but this goes to the top, and so it goes down like this. And so this part was easy. Well, getting these angles was a challenge because we've got just a compound angle. This is not, it is this angle here, and it's this angle down. So that was interesting. And then it intersects down here at a different angle than what's at the top. So that was, anyways, but Dad's a good welder, isn't he? So this right here is where we're gonna hang the weights on. It's these weights hook on this bar, and they set flat against this flat plate. They'll sit like this, they'll slide up against that, and then we'll have a bolt that'll come through all of them, and that'll cinch it all together so they won't rattle around. At least that's the goal. So we're about done with this. Need to get it back on there and get the weights on, and then we need another bracket that connects from here back over here where a light is going to be on. And so then I'll get it painted, get it on, and then we'll be done with the main stuff on the stripper. The only thing we've got to do left that I can think of is change the oil on the final drives. On the front, there's 2 one on either side on the hydrostat. That's not hard, it's just need to do it. We'll get the header hooked back up after we get that bracket built. But then it'll just be maybe hopefully just changing a few brushes and making a few adjustments in the cleaner. I need to get the bats and brushes changed on the row unit, but again, that stuff I can do later because I'm going to spray for a while, get the spray knocked out. Once I get the spraying done, I can hopefully get the strip till toolbar hooked back up and shanks lowered, and I can strip till some, and got to get the ground ready for next year's cotton planting. That'll be something I hadn't been able to do. There's projects. We're gonna maybe try to run 2 strippers this year. The cotton is not great, it's not because it's great, but it's just because we have it, and we might as well use the equipment we've got. And if Dad's willing to drive one, we'll make it work. And then in a good year, we'll kind of know what it's like to run with 2. I might need to get another module builder to stay ahead, but anyways, we're slowly trucking along, just try to keep making progress each day. All right, one thing, and I'm glad Dad reminded me, is I'm gonna take these drag chains off because you watch and you know all the things that I do. So I don't have to tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. 2 rows of cotton go underneath the tires of our sprayer, so a row about right here, and then another one on the other side. So these obviously drag really low. The cotton is much taller than that, and so this part will kind of go in the middle between the rows, but still it's going to drag along across a lot of the cotton, and it will just mess it up. Any squares and bowls and things, it might likely just rip those off. It does make a mess when it's when we're defoliating cotton, which is just part of this kind of unit. It'd be nice, yeah, to have a big self-propelled sprayer that sits up tall, but at what cost is that to me? Not worth it. So I can take the chains off, and that helps a little bit. Get out of there. Much better on that one. All right, just take these out and store them somewhere out of the way. And by out of the way, I mean in the barn. Come on. You can do it. There we go. All right, so I just wanted to check, make sure all my nozzles were spraying with this stuff that's left in the tank. So I'm okay if it runs out, because this stuff needs to be taken out. But I just want to make sure I'm getting good coverage. I got something leaking right there, so I need to check into that. But I think we're good. I just gotta check on that one, that red nozzle right there. When I checked it over, this top cap maybe was slightly loose, but I don't, I had some issues last year with these getting clogged up, and they weren't spraying very good, so I had some strips. But I don't know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and there's not much, if any, left in the tank. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that and let that drain out. Getting mud on my shoes. I'm gonna drain there's just a little bit left in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain what is left in there, which is, yeah, not much at all. I'm gonna switch it to fresh water, or blow some fresh water out, at least just that center section, see if I can see that leaking anymore. Let's see, I actually need this turned that way so that I can switch. Oh, spiders. I hate spiders. All right, I want this to come out of the freshwater tank now. All these are closed. Okay, I'm gonna go turn the pump on. We'll pump out of the fresh water and see what we can get to come out of the actually I didn't leave this open, I think. Alright, pump is running now off the fresh water. I just need to prime the pump just a little bit. Good, it's primed. Okay, so that's fresh water coming through. The pump is primed with the fresh water. So now I can turn on just this center section and come back here and watch without running out of water. All right. just section 3 needs to be on manual. If I turn this on, yeah, stuff's coming out the back. Let's go check. Okay, not getting wet. All right, it's not leaking anymore. That's good news. I got a good pattern coming out of everything, so don't get drifted on. All right, I think we're good. Spider on me somewhere. We've gotten some rain, so I bet there's gonna be a bunch of water in here. Rainwater doesn't quite seal it up, but that should be cleaned up. I'll just suck that through once I get enough water in here to turn on the pump, which I think I'm about at that point. Turn on the pump. Pump is on now. Prime the pump. Awesome. Never lost prime. Good deal. Alright, should be able to suck this out now. Good. I forgot I wanted to check the strainers on, make sure they weren't clogged up. So I'm gonna do that now. In theory, I've got the pump or the valve turn where water shouldn't just come continually gushing out of here. We'll see what happens. That one's good. I thought I cleaned these right the last time I sprayed. So I don't think there's many acres on those strainers, so that's what I was hoping to see. Number 2. That one is kind of gummy. So I'm gonna clean that one out. Much better. If I didn't get that out, then that would get all passed down to the rest of the system and clog up all my little strainers up at the nozzle. So glad I remembered that. All right, let's go back to it. Alright, here we go. I'm going to turn the boom on just to get a little bit of, make sure I got some product in the boom. Well, I know everything's spraying. I can see it and I saw it earlier, but just since I did flush a little bit of water, I want to make sure that I've got Roundup where I need it. Won't do much here, maybe 8 to 10 gallons should probably get me good. All right, I'm gonna spray now. This is Old Glory. I think I told you. It's kind of weedy, not too bad. This is wheat that we didn't harvest down here. It was just totally destroyed. So not much volunteer wheat that I see down here. I'm sure I'll see more as I get down there where it wasn't as bad. But I'm gonna spray now. So I'm here in the cotton. Just made my first pass along the end there, and some careless weeds in here. I'm hoping that it's, I don't know, that may be enough where I need to spray over all this. But it's got, you know, some of that's these bushy, I don't know, we call them kind of bushy careless weeds, but some of those are the ones that are hard to kill careless weeds. So I don't know, it's not bad, like, you know, it's not thick. I'd rather not spray everything, but I'm afraid that I'm probably going to need to. So anyways, this cotton, I hadn't been down on this end much, but this is kind of what we've got. Some stuff that's real little, that's just real little. There's some decent, but I don't see a ton of new growth on some of this. I'd hope to see more squares here at the top, like that's not gonna make in time. Those are too little. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I was hoping to see more bolls here near the top. Like, and look at that one. Look how weird that looks. That's not right. So I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, there's more bolls and things on this one right here. So what's gonna happen again? I don't know. I finished all the wheat ground, and so now I'm gonna spray out the last. I sprayed the around on the end down here. It was pretty weedy. This is where the grasshoppers just destroyed, and then back behind me where the cotton was not there, the weeds are the worst. So I've got less than 100 gallons now, so I'm going to spray this through at least, and then make a through on the end and try to come along that fence line because it looked a little weedy over there. But looking through what I was seeing, I don't see that the weeds are very bad up in the field. So I'll probably have to come back later, but it won't be a priority, I don't think, is my hope as I make this through down here. We'll see. But all the wheat ground for sure needs to be sprayed right now, and then I'll have to go back and reassess the rest of the cotton across all the farms. So you can see why I took those bars off. So I've got this drawbar in the front. It's going to drag a little bit of cotton there. and then under the tractor some, and then I don't know if you this cotton's not everything. There you go. Now you can see. So I am hitting some of that. There's some squares falling off. That's part of it. The way this setup works. Again, it'd be nice for just, you know, a couple $100,000 get a self-propelled that sits up high. But I'd have to knock out a whole bunch of cotton to justify doing that. I just don't have the acres for it. So I'm thankful for this setup. It's great for everything, but going over bigger cotton, we do get some knocking out. Well, I just got finished. I finished over in Old Glory. I got loaded up. Now I'm spraying again here by the barn. See, there's a barn there. Kind of grassy and weedy here, especially on this south end. I decided to. I'm kind of being. It may not make sense to you, but I started over there. I did the whole along the highway because it was pretty weedy, and I wasn't going to do any of the cotton. I was just going to do all that, but it's right there where the grasshoppers got me, and then up there's quite a bit of grass. So what I'm going to end up doing is I've come down this end of the wheat. I'm coming down here on the cotton. I'm going to come along this end next to that boundary, the east boundary, and then I'll hit the south end turn row, probably the whole thing again. It's kind of unconventional. I should have, when I did the end down there, I should have just kept going, but I didn't. Change of plans. But it's really not weedy like out here in the cotton. There's some little, but it's not much. It's mainly just over here on the side. So again, I don't know if it makes sense to do all the cotton, but I'm gonna try to hit the perimeters so far. I don't know if I'll do that for all the fields, but it made sense at Old Glory, and it kind of made sense here. And then again, wheat's the priority. Then I'll come back and look more closely if I should get some more of the cotton ground. I've done the spraying I can do. I don't have any chemical over there. I was hoping they'd have it delivered today, but they didn't, so I'll have to call on that because I'm out and can't spray without chemical. It's a little bit wet still. You know, this is some wheat that got that got hailed out, and some of it's pretty thick still, especially where the water stood. And that's really that. Again, organic matter is helping hold moisture, which is why people do cover crops and things. I get it. If you have moisture, I'm with you. That's why we, strip tilling into the stubble is a similar idea, but this has got more than normal. And it's some low spots, so it's still a little black in those areas. And so I may be pushing some of that seed that's in there into wet dirt. It may germinate on me. But also I'm hoping that seed is kind of rotten and not healthy to germinate. That's kind of the goal. So I put some diesel in there. I'm going to put some diesel in 8260 next because I've got the stuff out. The hoses and everything unlocked on that diesel trailer. So I'm going to put some diesel in this tractor because I'd like to strip till once I get everything else caught up. When will that be? I don't know, but makes sense to me. And I got to go soon to get the boys. Once I get this dieseled up, I may hook it to the strip till toolbar just to get it up, and I can start working on that in between jobs. I've got to go get the boys from school. Emily had a cool opportunity. It's hot. I'm going to start the tractor first. Okay, that's better. Emily had a cool opportunity this week. She got invited. She's a dietitian, and her boss was unable to go on this trip with the Soy Council. We have the National Cotton Council. There's the wheat producers. There's different organizations that are trying to advocate for their commodity, and so this one is the one that advocates for soybeans. She got to go on a trip to Fargo, North Dakota this week. It was really cool. They paid for the way, and she's gonna go on a farm tour and different things. I'm not sure all what it's entailed, but she's gone for a few days, so I have to get the boys. I get to get the boys. We've got Bible study tonight in Abilene, so we're gonna get on the road after that and do that. And so my days are a little bit shorter these next few days, which is fine. I'm not in a huge rush, but gotta continue work on the stripper. Dad is, he went by the John Deere house just a minute ago, coming back from a doctor's appointment. They finally have all the tools to finish that seal replacement, so we can do that eventually. And so, man, we'll get this stripper knocked out. If I get the stripper done and the spraying done, then I can just kind of start whittling away on strip till and other stuff until cotton matures and we can start thinking about cotton harvest. No power. Got a rusty connection somewhere. There we go. While that's filling up, I'm gonna get the forks on the skid steer. He said the chemical was supposed to be delivered today, so I have to think that it'll be here today, but I won't have time to mess with it. What I mean by mess with it is get the chemical, the last few gallons out of the old tote, put it into this new one, and get it switched out onto the trailer. So, but I do want to at least have the forks on because I don't want to get trapped. I don't think I might, if he puts it right behind me, then. Anyways, I just need to get the forks on so that I can move the tote whenever it shows up. Done. Don't worry, I didn't forget to put the cap on. All right, I'm running short on time, but I'm gonna try to get that plow hooked up really fast. Just like that. Now I'm going to get the hoses put on real fast. I think I got time. Okay, these I think are right. The only thing is I could have gone underneath the hitch, but I can change that later. All right, let's go see if I do the hoses right, and then I gotta go. All right, first thing is to pick up, watch those hoses and see if they get in a bind too much. I don't know. Question is, when I go down, will that put a bind on the hose because it has to go underneath that bar? I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. All right, now let's check our wing. So that's number 2. That should be the right wing. And when I pull up, it should raise the wing up. Like that. All right, number 1, when I pull up, should raise up. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna move this plow out of the way and then I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. If you're gonna farm it.